So now we're going to take a real quick look at a case study of one of our clients who used this real-time API to master email collection. We've done quite a bit of work with them. We presented at a conference last year that touched on the same case study. So Shoe Carnival, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with them or not. They have about 400 stores throughout the United States. They do about $1 billion in sales plus each year. A very big family footwear retailer. So they were running into some of the same problems we outlined previously. Their main problem was that their welcome email series wasn't getting delivered as much as they would have liked. They had this 13% bounce rate on welcome emails that came from POS signups, 5% bounce rate from their website, and it was creating a bunch of problems for them. It was resulting in the deliverability issues that we touched on before. Like I mentioned previously, they were wasting money sending to these dead, inactive contacts. And then it always provides a hit to customer satisfaction, right? Vendors, retailers especially, have a promise to uphold to their customers. If someone signs up for loyalty rewards or discounts or offers, or they want their receipts, they kind of have a bond to deliver that stuff. And they're not making good on that bond if they're not collecting a clean email address and they're not able to deliver it. And when especially retail customers don't get those discounts, the rewards dollars, all that stuff, they get angry. They complain, maybe they leave for another vendor and they never come back. It's just, it's never good. So the solution to this problem for Shoe Carnival was to use, again, our real-time email validation service. It's a 3-step process that somewhat corresponds to those 3 levels that we talked about before. We check to make sure the email is deliverable. We make sure that it's not a typo address. We correct any typos, formatting errors, misspellings, and then we go on to that protect level that make sure it's none of that nasty stuff, that problematic stuff we talked about before. No spam traps addresses are getting into their database. None of that other undesirable stuff is ever making it into their file again. And this is just kind of a quick walkthrough of what that looks like at point of sale. I think it's pretty common sense, but the customer comes in, they enter an email address in the store, joe@gmail.com. That might be something fishy about that. Steps through the validation process in milliseconds. We check it, we offer a correction, make sure that it exists, make sure that it accepts messages, and then we make sure, again, it's not toxic, it's not a spam trap. Make the automatic correction, then the retailer gets Joe's email address in their system, he gets his rewards dollars, his welcome series, anything else that he's expecting from the retailer. Again, just another breakdown of some potential errors that could come in through the system and how we correct them. Again, just making sure it exists, making sure it will accept messages, it's corresponding to the right person, and it's not something like a toxic email address, spam trap, honeypot that's going to really cause severe problems. And I think the results really speak for themselves here. They decimated those new entry error rates. We provided 40,000 suggested corrections. So that's 40,000 customers they otherwise wouldn't have been able to reach with the information that they had promised. We caught over 30,000 confirmed spam traps. Again, any one of those could have created a whole bunch of problems. So 30,000 is impressive. Again, now every email that they collect at their store and their website is 100% accurate and 100% guaranteed deliverable. That's one thing to be mindful of. A lot of folks out there, vendors, aren't going to make that guarantee that we do. And maybe the most important thing here, their welcome campaign now with the validation in place generates almost 170% more revenue. So some big time results from implementing that on the front end.